arm.
That's the hand, Rob.
Okay, so what we're going to start with is we're going to find the radial styloid. Okay, so we're going to find, there's a couple ways to do it. Usually you have them abduct their finger to find the snuff box. I mean, extend the finger. Yeah. Will you hold your finger up? Thank you. So, and then relax. So on that proximal part of the snuff box there, you're going to find that radial styloid right there. Okay? And so you're going to draw. Stank, that thing's big. That just got put on the video.
I punch you in the face, make sure you get that.
You got big bones. Alright. So we found that, and so we need to find the ulnar styloid. Okay. So
twist like that, Rob.
Okay, so to find this one, there's a lot of different ways to do it, but you find the end of their ulna head, and then you come over here a little bit to the ulna side of that to find that styloid. Let's see. Yeah.
Good. I got big bones.
Girl, yeah.
It's not big, but I get back. He's like, I don't listen to half of what he says.
Okay, so that's that. So we got those two things done, okay? What you're going to do next is you're going to go between the second and third metacarpals. You're going to work your way down, kind of across the carpals until you get on the radius, and you're going to feel this little hill, this little mound, and that's Lister's tubercle. And then you're going to have them flatten out with their hand, and you're going to have them extend their pinky a bunch of times, and you're going to feel that tendon right there at the joint, and then they relax, and then you can push it out of the way and feel the distal radial ulnar joint. Right there. Okay, and then you can kind of extend these lines here.
Yeah.
That little line shouldn't be there. Okay. Alright, so that's that. So then you're going to come down, you're going to down the third, you're going to find the base of the fifth metacarpal. Sometimes you have to flex a little bit to find where it...
The base of the fifth?
The third, that's what I said, third. Trace.
Just don't listen to his words in the video, apparently. Just go off based off what you know. It's probably better.
My name's Dr. Julie Harris. I'll be presenting this demonstration for you today. Alright, so there's the fifth right there.
That's not
So I'm going down.
That's the first.
I know. I'm going down each of these until I find the base of each one. Like that. Alright. And so then you find the little V here. Girl, you got a big V.
The V, like in between.
So I'm going between the metacarpals until they meet. So they'll meet, and that's where the bases are meeting from each.
You know, my relaxin's increased right now, so maybe that's why I got big V's.
Wow.
Yeah, you got some big V's.
I don't even know what to say right now. Okay, so that. Draw that little line there.
You just made that one up.
Okay, so that's. There's your little fingers. Since we're having fun here, we'll just draw that out. Yeah. Oh, this is the permanent marker. Okay, so we have to do a lot of work within the proximal and distal row. Oh, you're good right now. So what we're going to do is along the third metacarpal, if you go just a little wider than that third metacarpal and make your central column. Okay, and then that gives you your radial and your ulna or ulnar columns. Okay, and then you're going to divide this into 3 equal rows. Okay, so just do your best to divide this into thirds. All right. So in this position, you're going to have the distal 2/3 of the central column is going to be your capitate. That's a C. All right, and then the ulna half, roughly. Well, there's 2 ways to do it, but essentially, if you do it correctly and you get it all split, this little box right here, that little half of that proximal row, or central column, is your lunate. The double check is halfway between your Lister tubercle and that distal radial ulnar joint. The reason we drew that is because halfway between that should line up with your lunate. Okay, so all of this space, the proximal 2/3 of the radial column, and that little extra piece left in the central column, most radial part of the proximal row, all that is your scaphoid.
So your lunate's that small?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have in front of the second metacarpal is our who wants to guess?
Your trapezoid.
Trapezoid, and then what do we have right here?
Trapezium.
Okay. And so over here, we're going to draw a line from our 5th metacarpal, the most kind of ulnar edge of it, all the way to the distal ulnar corner of the lunate. That's going to give us our hamate and our what? Traquetrum. Yeah, all right. So that should help you with your structures on the dorsal aspect of their wrist and hand. Okay, so if we flip over, if you come up proximally to distal, okay, on the ulnar side, the first thing you're going to run into is, anybody remember?
Your ulnar, like your...
There's a tubercle right there.
Yeah, your
Pisiform.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
and so then on the radial side is your
Scaphoid tubercle.
scaphoid tubercle right there. My phone's blowing up.
Wait, where
Right
did you find that one?
Just came up here and found that bone right there. And there's a lot of things you can do that is in some of that stuff I gave you all about. If you do different things with their thumb and radially deviate, ulnar deviates, things disappear and become more prominent. But we didn't really get in that today in class. So then you look at their thumb and you compare how big it is. It's not too different. And then so from their pisiform, if you kind of come down like this, right there, you'll feel this deep, hard structure, which is the hook of their hamate. All right, and then just about a centimeter distal and towards the thumb from the scaphoid, you'll find, what tubercle is it? The, not traquetrum, not trapezoid.
Trapezium?
Trapezium. Okay, so some would say halfway between these two, and some would say halfway between these two. Both of those landmarks are on your scaphoid, okay? And then from the pisiform to the radial styloid, halfway, supposedly, is where you're going to find your lunate. So, I mean, we might as well.
Okay, so that's the scaphoid.
Yeah,
and
these
that's the
both of
lunate.
these both of these are kind of the scaphoid, right in the middle, and then you've got hamate.
Yeah, you did a C.
It's okay.
Do you mean
He didn't know.
capitate?
Yeah, capitate.
Oh, gosh.
What did I say?
Scaphoid.
Scaphoid.
This is scaphoid,
Capitate.
This is your
pisiform,
scaphoid tubercle.
hamate. Yeah, these are the tubercles.
Okay.
And that's the capitate. In between.
Capitate's in between. That's what we made the halfway mark for. Yeah, the capitate. And then the halfway mark for the lunate. Yeah. What I think and what I say are different sometimes.